Hey guys, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews, and these are the 5 things I absolutely hate about the Samsung Z Flip 3 5G phone. This is a Verizon right here. I have the Spigen case. This is probably the only tough kind of case that I recommend for this. You see this? It goes back up into the body of itself there. I'll leave a link to everything I talk about down in the YouTube description, but this has been a really awesome case. And I have the leather case of theirs, which is nice and dandy and all that, but I like this little bit of extra protection because it is water resistant but not dust proof. So I was worried about getting something in that hinge. But anyway, let's get on to the 5 things I absolutely hate. First off is the 3300 milliamp hour battery. It sucks. It's like 8.5 hours of my usage versus about 12 to 13 hours of my previous phone. Now, it was like a 4300 or 4500 milliamp hour battery on the other one, but this 3300 just doesn't cut it because you have to strip all the fun stuff off of this. You have to turn the 120 hertz display, adaptive display, off. Now, it's adaptive, so it's trying to become stagnant and not use the 120 hertz when you're just looking at a picture or reading something, but as you flip and move, it wants to activate that 120 hertz. But it will destroy your battery. You're looking at like 6 hours and something with that 120 hertz on. HDR10 Plus is on here, 1200 peak nits of brightness, which you don't really get to take the advantage of unless you're outside in the sun, because there's 2 separate auto dim modes. There's one that's a dimmer auto dim and one that's a little bit brighter auto dim. It would be great if it had a typical battery in it and I could utilize the 120 hertz, enjoy that HDR10 Plus with the nits of brightness that it offers, and be able to set it on the bright auto dim feature. That's great. I even disabled the little sidebar that you can, where you can activate, like have apps in a row and just flick over and stuff like that. I didn't know if it would eat up some battery or whatever. I knocked out all the animation out of it, like how it moves from thing to thing. So I turned all the animation off, which is in the developer mode. Once you activate developer mode, you can go in there. I think there's 2 or 3 animations between pages and apps and stuff that the phone automatically does, but you can kill all that where it just pops up and it doesn't do animations. Who knows? But it does have a good battery optimizer in here, and you can set it to kind of shut everything down once a day for you. So it's trying to do some stuff, but still, 15 watts fast charge is all you get, so you don't even get the fastest charging on the market, which if you're going to give your customers a weak battery, you should be able to have the fastest fast charge, and the fastest wireless fast charge on the market has a bone to throw you for not putting in a full-size battery. So the battery absolutely sucks, and I hate that. The touchscreen, this is 426 pixels per inch, 1080 by 2640, which is some odd aspect ratio. It's not 21 by 9, it's like 20 something by whatever. I don't know what exactly that is, but the touchscreen is giving me kind of issues because you can see that right there. And I'm not talking about the way it looks. Like, you have to look dead on before you get any kind of distort. You don't see any difference than a typical screen when you're looking dead on, but when you glance side to side, you do see that crease, and it will change a little of the color of the video or whatever you're looking at. But the touch screen, it's a little wonky. To pinch to zoom, the zoom will start drifting down, and as you get to the edges or center or something like that, it just drifts. Where you're touching and holding and moving is drifting. Now that's a problem when you're editing photos or video. I've run into a bunch of thumbnails I've been trying to make when I'm trying to cut out a picture or do something with an app that allows me to make videos, and it just moves. It just doesn't, it's not a real typical phone screen. That's a problem, and that should be known to you, right? Because you're not going to get that original touch experience. Now, they do put in here 4 screen protectors, like to up the sensitivity. There's a thing that you can toggle on and off in the settings to up the sensitivity. That did noticeably help because it ships with a screen protector on it, so by default it kind of should have the sensitivity bumped up, but it doesn't, so make sure to go in there and do that. It helps a lot, but there's still this weird drifting when you're pinching to zoom or editing videos or photos or something to get it right on to what you're trying to do. It just wants to drift off of editing photos and stuff, which is extremely annoying. The next thing is the missing of the telephoto lens. Now, it has a 12 megapixel f1.8 27 millimeter wide angle lens and an ultra wide 12 megapixel f2.2 aperture lens. I had no idea how much I would miss the telephoto lens. Now, I almost think the Mega 3 combination of wide or, you know, I don't know, some other standard photo lens would be fine. It doesn't have to be wide, ultra wide, and telephoto lens. I miss those 3 lenses. So wide, ultra wide, and telephoto. You should include a telephoto for a $1,000 phone. What a travesty. I had no idea, because whenever you zoom in and do a digital zoom in a photo, you can see how blurry it is, and then in the post-processing that the phone automatically does, it kind of wants to over-sharpen the photo, and it just looks like doo-doo. Like pixelated, sharpened pixeled doo-doo. The next thing is there's no DeX. There's no DeX. So whenever you plug this into your HDMI, like a Type-C to a dedicated little computer that's made for phone computers to relay and turn your laptop into a computer or a monitor or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, right? Google has their own kind of thing, mode that will go, like a desktop mode that will go into, so you can connect your Google phone up to it. But Samsung DeX has just kind of perfected that desktop feel from your phone. So when it mirrors this to your TV, to, you know, a monitor, to a laptop, whatever you're doing, a dedicated laptop to stuff like this, and those exist, and I'll leave a link to the one that I have, which is great. Whenever it does that, it doesn't offer DeX. Now there is a download that you can get, like Taskbar, I think it is. I'm not sure if it's on the Android marketplace, but it's on some forums and stuff. If I can find that, I'll leave a link to Taskbar. But that'll kind of bridge the gap between Google and DeX. But there's still nothing like DeX. And to not include DeX on this phone is extremely stupid of Samsung, because they're cutting your throat on your battery already, meaning that you're not really going to be able to utilize the full features every day. So why not throw you a bone and give you DeX also? Very annoying. Shame on you, Samsung. No backside full screen camera feed. Now this is very annoying, and I hate when camera companies want to limit me and tell me how I need to take my photos or how I need to do anything on the phone. Now this is photo, and yeah, I'm in a closet. This is photo. You push this button here to activate the screen here, and so you can kind of see yourself there, but you're blinded by light. The thing is, here, let me get you in here. The thing is, you can't zoom this out. Like, you should be able to click something and to just put this in full screen so you get a sense of what the environment around you is, instead of a cropped in close-up of my face. I get it. I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to say, hey, you're in focus, everything's good. But also give me the ability to pinch, zoom, or double tap that, and it just show the entire shot of what it is that's going to be in the frame. That is extremely annoying, because that would bypass using the front camera altogether. That's why I got this phone, is because I wanted to use the screen in the back to film stuff and to film me talking and doing things and utilize that, and also experience the flip. That's the main reasons why I got the phone. So let me use the whole screen. Another problem with this is when you're in pro video mode or pro photo mode, there's not even an option here to activate the back. So once you go out of their auto mode on how they want you to do things, and you actually experiment and grow as a possible photographer, a future photographer, videographer, whatever you are, or even experienced in all those areas, and you want to go into manual mode and do the things you normally do, it won't even let you use the back to do that. That is absolutely ridiculous. What am I paying for? I'm paying $1,000 for restrictions because you think you know more than I do about auto mode? Are you serious? I don't think so. And this camera is not as good as Pixel. And for the money, if you're going to pay full price $1,000, grab the newest Google Pixel phone that's going to be $1,000, or grab the S21, the Galaxy S21, their own phone that's not a foldable but has killer lenses and stuff on it, so you can experience in manual and, you know, really get some good footage and videos and pictures and stuff. Go that route. Don't get the flip. If you got to tailor your expectations, you got to know what you're getting. This is the equivalent of the Google Pixel 5a, which is like $600 or $700. So I would not pay over $700 for this flip. So if you're thinking about getting it, you got some old phones, trade those in. I gave $600 for this, and I've had this for 3 weeks now, and I like it. Okay, that's kind of weird. I just complained, but those are the problems that they can resolve, especially on the next edition. But there's some of these things that they can fix now, like the stuff in the back here, fix that. Let me see the whole picture. I love the fold. I love being able to fold it and just kind of throwing it and not worrying about damaging the screen or something, or sitting on this, putting it in my back pocket. And also with the battery life, I had to lower the brightness of this screen, because it has a screen out here that you can utilize here. Let me turn the brightness of this up so you can see it. So you can turn the brightness up or down, or even put it on vibrate or completely mute it and stuff from out here. But I leave this way low, like to off pretty much, to where I'm only able to see notifications and stuff inside. You really can't even see anything outside, to preserve battery life. Like, that's how handcuffed I am. But I can't use the animations. I don't want to use the animations, the cool stuff that you can do with this, because the battery's just not there to support it. So I'm ranting on and on about this. The hinge is powerful as a bonus info, some good stuff about it. The hinge is great. I actually like sitting it like this to actually watch videos or something while I'm brushing my teeth, because the audio, you got dual speakers, so you got speakers hitting you front facing here, out here, and here, so it's really a good sound when it's like this. It sounds great. And I like this over the bigger Fold, the Samsung Fold. It's just too big and too bulky. I had an LG V60 that had the dual screen. It was just too big and bulky, and I ended up not even using it. So having this, if you want a fold phone, I think this is the best in their lineup. It's got a powerful processor in it, but there's just some things that they can do to make the next generation better, and some things that they can do right now to make this existing model better. And also memory. It comes with, I think, what is it, 128 gigabytes of memory on this thing, and 8 gigs of RAM, which is good. 128 gigs, a 256 gig update. It should be upgrade. It should be a minimum 256 and 500 gig upgrade. You're shooting in 4K 60 frames per second, and it is 2021. There's no reason a phone that doesn't offer an external drive put into this thing, like a micro SD card, and it doesn't offer that. There's no reason why it shouldn't offer a bigger hard drive into this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like a storage capacity. Why can't I speak? But these have been the complaints that I have on the Samsung Z Flip 3 5G phone. If you're content with all that stuff and you still want to fold, don't pay over $700 for it. So anyway, that's been the rants and raves with my bed head going on. So make sure to explode on that subscribe button and ding that dong so you get notified on the next complaint video that I have. Hopefully I don't have any. I try to pick products that are pretty cool that I would buy and kind of put my time and effort into showcasing that. That's why there's a lot of positives on here, because I've tried to do the work to find the good stuff and not just be like a complain kind of thing, you know. But this is worth complaining about and you knowing about, because some of this stuff nobody's talking about. It's kind of weird. See ya.